these techniques are called the wagi. And wagi are all situated where you are prone on your back and your opponent is standing above you, and he's very likely to kick you, right? I will start by demonstrating the first one for you.
Yes, sir.
So here you are, for whatever reason, maybe you've been thrown, maybe you've been swarmed or mobbed. At any rate, you're on the ground and they're not. So you have the right idea. A kick comes. Probably, it could be a stomp. It could be a curber trying to do my teeth in. Oh, this guy's got all the kicks. Oh, I'm in trouble. Whatever it is, though, I have to secure your leg. And I'm going to use the same round block as usual, right? The difference is, as soon as I round block that, I'm going to flip around. So you'll have to practice this idea of
The round to the flip.
That's it. So when a kick comes, boom, boom, like this, right?
Okay.
Kick or not, whatever. For this one, you have two places that you can put your forearm.
Okay.
All right? One is just below the patella, and the other is just above the patella.
Okay.
All right? Laying prone while my opponent is standing above me. And whatever you do, you're probably going to kick me in some way, stomp me, curb me, whatever. Any kind of kick. When that kick comes, we're going to use a round block and quickly switch the hand around to the back toward the Achilles tendon.
Okay.
And you're going to need to practice that maneuver as the kick comes, that you stop it with the hand, but then quickly switch to the other side, just like I did.
Okay.
At any rate, for the technique number one, there's two options that you have as locations to place your forearm. Either my forearm is going to go just below your patella, the patellofibular tendon, or just above the patella, which we call the acupuncture point he-ding.
He-ding.
That's right. Both of them lock the leg and provide leverage. All right? So on the first one, just so you see, I'm going to sit up and apply my full weight and pressure to below the knee. Right?
Yes, sir.
And having done that, I'm going to slide up really quick and trap your ankle, instep really, under my armpit, and then I'm going to apply a fibular bar with my forearm to your fibula like so. And I'm going to throw my other leg on top just to keep it right. So it's a typical ankle lock, and that's a quick ending.
And the foot goes right here on my ribs?
Just because I don't want you to turn toward me and alleviate the lock, alleviate the bar, by me being here, I can actually maintain this. Whereas if I wasn't there, as I applied pressure, you would turn, and it would.
Yeah, it's so uncomfortable.
It's still, but it alleviates the pressure a little bit.
Yeah.
On the upper leg, it's the same thing, but it locks the leg.
Okay.
And then the ending's the same as well. At any rate, a kick, for example, comes round block.
And then here.
Okay, the problem is this is too tight to your body, so I have nowhere to go.
Oh.
You need to have freedom. Yeah, the leg has to articulate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, like here.
Right. So try that again that way.
Yes, sir.
And don't forget to put your weight into it so that there's follow through.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
That didn't work.
So what do you think the problem is?
Am I not putting enough weight, or is it still too tight to the body?
Both.
Okay.
It's not your weight though, it's leverage. So if my leg can't go anywhere and you're applying weight and more weight, it's not going to make the technique work.
Okay.
The reason being, all your pressure is going right into the ground. So go ahead, press. Go ahead, do as hard as you can. Yeah.
That's not working.
So, Hapkido always needs circles.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't matter what the technique is, doesn't matter what the application is, whether it's the first Kaloki armbar at white belt, or whether it's even a simple wrist lock from a clothing grab. No matter what technique you're doing, you have to follow the principles of Yo Wan Hua.
Yes, sir.
And the central word there, Wan, is a circle.
Yes, sir.
So every technique needs to incorporate or factor in a circle in some way. As you analyze this technique we're trying to do, this forearm lock onto my knee, where can you find a circle?
Up and over?
That's the first part of it. Where's the other one?
With the bottom of the foot down like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, wow.
All right, so from here, it's... That didn't work.
Yeah, but that's too low. That was my shin in the middle.
Ah, so
There you go. Right.
just about an inch off. Okay.
So do you see what made it work that time?
Yeah, it was the...
That's right.
Okay.
Now, if you try that, people can try that technique with all the strength in the world, with all the weight in the world, and if they don't make that circle, you'll just see the opponent just standing there like nothing's going on, and they can continue to kick you or adjust and maybe stomp you at that point.
Suboptimal.
So the circles have to be included. If they're not, you're not doing Hapkido, you're not doing the technique correctly.
Yes, sir.
All right, try again. It took too long. You can't adjust too much. Once again, ready?
Sir. That didn't work. Boom.
Right. Flip. You don't have to hold it up, but if you do, feel what I'm doing. Now you're asking if your ankle's planted, and I maybe can't have the same facility to make that circle. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. I just need to have the feeling of a circle.
Okay.
Right? So I'll even switch hands. I'll put this one here. It's a feeling of a circle.
That definitely felt like a circle.
Despite the fact that your foot was planted.
Okay.
So there's an energy. And I don't want to get too mystical, but it's not a woo-woo energy. It's a gesture. It's a feeling.
Sure.
An intention.
And from here, it's the circle, right?
Yeah, but the circle is here. This area.
This way.
I need to think of your leg as connected to your hip and your shoulders. And I need to think of whatever I do to your leg as affecting your hip and shoulders, because that's where your balance is. Mm-hmm. If I just do what you are doing, and I just resist me, and I drive with my weight, right. Even if I'm not even squatting like that, I'm just standing straight.
Right.
But even if you are squatting like you're doing, or even if you're not, this doesn't do it. See this?
I see what you mean by it not working.
Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit lighter,
Okay.
but I'm gonna do it correctly. All right? Only one commitment of your motion, which makes it a line, and you're not intentionally making a circle. So you need to do both of those things.
Okay.
Almost. Then you stopped. Did you feel you had momentum behind you? What made you give that up? The first one, there's a leverage here, right?
Yeah.
And the second one, I flip behind here, and I apply leverage to the side and roll your leg over. Right? So after I block, this is going to continue and snake under like this.
Okay.
This is block and roll this way. At the same time, this is going to come to the side of your knee. It's not going to drive into the way that might cause an ACL injury. Instead, it also is going to snake, but it's going to snake this way.
Okay.
And pull like this. Eventually, my hand will end up at the back of your knee, which is called the popliteal fossa. All right? So as I block your kick, this one deflects here, but continues to snake around and under, pretty much to the crook of my bicep,
Okay.
which is called the cubital fossa,
Cubital fossa.
and this to the popliteal fossa. And then, do you see my motion as my body rolls back this way? I bring you with me as I apply pressure to the back of your knee, and that brings you down. I'll show you.
Sir.
So here, turn under, and we roll this way. Right?
Okay.
From here, it's the same type of ending as I showed you before. I choke up, and I do a fibular bar. The fibula runs from here, the side of your knee, down to your ankle. And it's the smaller of the two bones in your leg. And it's much more susceptible to breaking and therefore to threats of breaking, which is what this is. So it's a plantar flexion on from your instep down and a figure four. Right, and it's just a little, you can feel it's a bar, yeah. And with enough pressure, it actually becomes quite a threat to you. And I'm also going to put one foot on your low back to keep you from.
Trying to get out of it.
Yeah, and the way you'd get out of it, even though this hurts a lot, one way you might do it is by doing like a push-up and sliding backwards. No, a push-up, and pushing your hips back toward me. That, right? I wouldn't want you to do that.
So it's round block and then slides like this, right?
You got it.
And then the other hand comes here. Not
Right.
this way for the ACL tear,
But dragging it.
but dragging.
That's correct. But you see how that ended up with that?
Didn't work for me.
So give yourself some space.
Like this?
It was more the space here. So you can be there. You can have your body here. But you don't want this pinning my foot to the ground. You want that to be able to move. So,
So like this,
yes.
and then lower back. This goes here.
You wouldn't need to change your grip. It's all set up for you.
Okay.
But,
So here then.
and choke down lower on my shin.
Right there?
This hurts, right?
Not yet.
Well, it will. And if you were to step on the ground this way, this would twist your ankle, wouldn't it?
Probably would, yes.
So we're going to imitate that and reinforce it with the hand here, see?
Ah.
Yes. Circle. Circle. Flow around, don't herky jerk around. This is a great chance to flow, but you're using your shoulders instead. Don't give up, just flow. You're gonna encounter resistance, so just go around it. I'm not gonna say be water, but yeah.
I felt the resistance in a certain direction.
Okay, give me the resistance. Give me the resistance. Whatever you do, I go with. See? See how you stumbled and I'm still flowing around? Now here, you're resisting me, right? I could be using this. This is you. You're using your shoulder strength and trying to resist me. You're trying to take this off. That doesn't work. Keep resisting me. I have to go with what you're giving me
How are
and
you
accommodate.
doing it?
Because I'm going with it. I'm not fighting you. So as I'm dealing with this grip, I have to listen at each moment. And yeah, see how it's correcting your balance? You're so strong, right? I have to flow with that strength. It doesn't go this way. It goes this way, though.
No.
And then, of course, S-lock if I want, this grip if I want, this grip if I want, or this one. Uh-huh. That was good.
I'll take that.
And this is not good. Because you're bracing, you're getting all ready for it. You just have to flow. That is excellent. And that is you setting up something that you think is going to be without even feeling me yet. The entry was great, though. Do the same thing all the way through. Not bad. Why are you stopping here? I'm going to let go.
That.
It was, so let's work on that ending. Big circle, big freedom. Make me lose balance more than you try to make my arm go in the way it doesn't want to go.
Okay.
That's great. That's muscle. See the difference?
Yeah.
So just do more of what you did in the beginning. See how that's controlling my balance?
Yeah. But that
Keep-
ends me in a different position.
It doesn't.
That's not the position for white belt 1.
Well, you changed the grip. You don't have to do that.
That's where the flow is taking me.
Well, you control where it takes you.
Okay.
No. It's this. It's this comes in here.
Right.
Okay. So why are you freezing, though? See this
I'm supposed
freezing?
to get this hand right here for this technique, right?
Yeah, but it's taking too long, and so it's not that it's taking too long. It's that in getting it there, you're getting ready. You're like preparing to do like a big muscular movement. It's like it's going to take a lot. Let's get ready. That's not going to work.
Right.
You have to listen to my. You know what it is. There's a lot of force. Why? You didn't have to go out here like this. Why did you do that?
Well, don't I have to get to that particular pressure point?
It's already there, so why do you have to walk out like that?
Yeah? To get to that point?
It's already there. What are you going to do now? Go backward? Why are you going backward?
Well, don't you step backward for the technique?
No.
Oh, okay.
But if you did, you could, but you wouldn't do it with muscle. Did you see this? You tried to put your weight into it. Grab John. Once we get to here, here's you. Resist me. See? And then you go backward, and it's just a big fight. Here's the right way. Resist me. When that resistance comes, I go with it and make a circle. And it's no big deal. That was good. Why did you give up? You went up, and then you went down hard. Why?
Because I'm an idiot.
Are you strong?
Unfortunately.
Grab strong. Down, up. Why does that work?
Whole body?
No, it's simpler. You're grabbing strong, but you're not stopping me from going down. So you could stop me from going down, but it's just muscles aren't strong that way, not against my whole body. Okay, so I'm here, big gap. I grab here, I grab here. You have to cross the thumbs. You can't grab like this. You have to cross the thumbs right on the fifth metacarpal, right here. Hand sandwich. Thumb here, other thumb here. This gives me torque to twist your wrist. I can't press this against your body like you're doing because it doesn't control you, and it also leaves me vulnerable to that other hand. You have to drive the elbow like a screwdriver, and it has to be driven straight. If I do that, and it does drive straight into your midsection, look what happens to your hips and shoulders. See that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Someone might argue that you could still hit me with that, and maybe you can. And so in that case, I have to push in and away. Yeah, let's do that again. Down, up, here, here. Once I've driven in, watch my shoulders now, watch my body. I just hold this steady, but I move myself like this. That turns you to here. This is the point that you really can't hit me, right? Correct. I mean, you're not even going to be trying to because you're going to be off balance.
Right.
Now, see how you're leaning backward?
Yeah.
That's important because that's how I can bring you down to fall. If that component isn't there, you'll end up standing up straight to your feet like this. Grab strong. Strong. You'll end up going straight to your feet like this. See how you're still standing straight?
Yeah.
And then I can't pull you down. So, right from the moment I drive the elbow, grab strong. Right from the moment I drive the elbow, I need you leaning. See how you're leaning?
Yep.
When I move this, you're still leaning, right?
Yep.
Then I can bring you back down here. See how this was in control the whole time?
Yeah.
And now, I can lift. If I'm here, you're going to get me with that hand, right? Thank you. Now I can lift this elbow and get you on the side here. And so I'm going to keep this here. I'm going to do a gooseneck. That's this. Figure 4 makes it strong. Your elbow is lodged in this notch. It's kind of like a golf tee under my solar plexus and sternum. So your elbow's kind of stuck in there.
Yeah.
When I apply pressure, your elbow's going to have traction. So keeping it there helps me secure the lock. And then I do a figure 4 pretty good. Now let's pretend you're smart and strong, and you feel a wrist lock coming, and so you don't let me bend your wrist. Grab your wrist strong. I can't bend your wrist, right? See how you're not letting me get that? And you go, oh, well, then I have to do like a bicep slicer, or I have to do a jujikatami, right? No, I don't. And I don't want to because I don't want to go on my back. Keep resisting. If I can't bend that, this hand that's going to do this figure 4, this is going to go to here and just press gallbladder 21 on your shoulder, which makes this bend. That's the other thing is that people think pressure points are supposed to hurt. like, oh, pressure point, feel that? It hurts, doesn't it? No, not really. Pressure points are just supposed to take nerve signals away. I mean, some do cause pain, but a lot of the utility of pressure points is just to deactivate stuff. All right, step one, I go down and up, right? I clap underneath. Notice that my thumb is near the 5th metacarpal. My other thumb must cross that thumb because this grip together frames your hand like a sandwich in such a way that I'm going to have torque and leverage on your grip. From here, it's so important that your elbow is driven straight into your midsection, and I cannot cross your center line. I have to keep it on this side of you.
Okay.
If I cross the center line, I'm going to lose the lock, and I'm going to lose the control of your body. From here, I must use your hand as a handle to drive your entire forearm like a screwdriver. Now, it doesn't spiral, it doesn't crank, it drives, which means it has to stay level as it twists in.
Okay.
If I do it that way, you'll see that your hips and shoulders will do something unique. Watch. And you see how your hips and shoulders are?
Yeah.
Right. From here, I have to just hold this steady, and now my body takes over. I must kind of sway like this, like a clock face. I have to move my whole body in a counterclockwise vertical circle.
Okay.
While being attached to your hand. Doing that in just this way, turning this gear, this vertical gear, will turn your body, well, you'll see. So you see how this turns your body this way? Right. And that's what stops your other hand from working. As you're being twisted that way, your other hand wouldn't be a threat to me. Right. Now, from this position, you see how you're leaning backward.
Yeah.
As you can see, obviously, it's an easy and short drop from here. When I do this initial drive into your body, I need to establish your body being tilted that way, being off balance. If I do not, if I hurt your wrist and twist, and then I go to here, you see how you're standing up straight?
Yep.
Resist going down. You won't go down, and it's just a big struggle at this point. So from the very beginning, I need to make your body off balance. Grab strong. I need to make your body off balance like it is now, until you fall. That's what brings you down.
Yes, sir.
Now, from here, if I just drop to here with a knee on your belly, it's okay, but yeah, you still can reach over, and you can maybe grapple, and you can still cause trouble for me, and then I'll just end up in a crappy side control, right?
Right.
To still maintain control of you and still having this lock here, what I should do immediately after you drop is pull this elbow straight up into the air. When I do that, your body will turn to its side. See that? Right. Even if you resist. It still goes a little bit, and I can do it enough to get my knee there. So I lift straight, and I put my knee there. That's different than if I pull this way. Resist. This is easy to resist. If I pull this straight across, it's easy for you to resist that, right?
Yeah.
If I pull up, it's not as easy. So always remember, pull straight up.
Straight up.
At any rate, my goal is to get my tibia, which is my shin bone, between your pelvis and your last rib.
Okay.
There's a divot there. Some people call it a love handle.
That would probably be what I would have to call it.
Once your shin is in there, my shin is in there, I want your elbow lodged in the kind of crevice that my solar plexus and rib cage forms. So it's kind of like a golf tee. Feel how there's a notch that it's kind of stuck in there?
Yeah.
That gives me enough traction that when I apply this lock, it keeps your elbow pretty steady. Because if I'm not there, if I try the lock, stuff can slip out, or you see I can slip to the side.
Right.
But kind of hollowing my stomach and putting that there gives a good place for your elbow to lodge. And that's good as I apply this gooseneck, which will be done this way with 2 hands or with 1 hand. And again, applying pressure just at the end of the metacarpal bones, not the knuckles and fingers, but just the end here. This gives me the most leverage. I can also do a figure 4 style like this and pull in. Now, most people, when they get to this position, they're going to be thinking of falling back. They're going to think of throwing their leg over and falling back into a jujigatami or armbar.
Right.
I don't like that, and I don't recommend that, because you're on your back.
and it leaves me vulnerable to your friends, which you're guaranteed to have. Somebody's going to help you. Also, I just don't want to be on my back. I want to have mobility. I want to have the ability to move. So it's just not worth it to me, right? Mm-hmm. This is so much better because, as you can see, although I have just as strong of a lock and a submission, I'm still on my feet. I can still look around, and I can still stand up if I need to, right? Okay, but you might say, I can keep my wrist strong, and I can just keep from bending. I can force you to do a jujikatami to get me because my wrist won't bend. And you can see your wrist won't bend, right? So what I do from here very quickly, while I'm holding the same area, this hand that is going to hold my own wrist for this kind of figure 4 lock here.
Yes, sir.
I'm just going to drop it a little bit in the process of trying to get this lock on you. And I'm going to manipulate the center of your trapezius right here. Mm-hmm. This point is called gallbladder 21. I'm just going to reach, manipulate gallbladder 21, and then it gives me the lock. I reach for this point, gallbladder 21, and this gives it to me. Yes. Show me your S-lock.
So, S-lock was the one, like it was like here, right?
Yeah. Why is it resting against your chest?
So that my chest can help?
I guess. That's not how I taught you. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh.
All right, what am I doing wrong?
Being too hard and not being circular.
Okay.
Try again. Good. Okay. Once I'm to here, it's so soft. Look, Red. Look. Resist me. It's so soft. Resist me again. Stand up. Resist me. It's soft. Grab. Flow. Soft.
All right.
Every time you don't do it, I'll do it to you. Blow your air out. Lift your big toe. No, I'm just kidding. One more time. Blow your air out, though. All you're doing is going like this. It's not a lat pull down. It's
this, right?
It's Etch-a-Sketch, yeah. This goes out, this goes this way. They go opposite directions.
All right.
Calm down, calm down. Don't hold your breath. Don't use your muscles. Relax this. Breathe from your dantian.
Yes, sir.
Float and support. Hold with your relaxation but intention. And use this to do the lock. You're just rushing it. You're frustrated. You're rushing it, and you're...
And now I'm remembering your frustration song from last time.
I'm not frustrated.
No, remember you were saying about me being frustrated last time we were doing privates?
Probably. Feel what is exactly the correct angle that is going to make this work. It doesn't take any strength if you get it right. You feel how when I get ready, that there's a swelling, and then that swelling connects to you, and I use that to bring you with me. Here I'm adjusting to find just the right angle, and you feel do you feel how as I move this that I'm looking, like even the fingers are looking for where the right angle of view is? And it's here, isn't it? It doesn't matter what the angle, okay, grab straw. When I get to the end of any lock, it doesn't matter, you know, the truth is it doesn't matter if I do this, it doesn't matter if I do this, it doesn't matter if I do this, it doesn't matter if I do this. It doesn't matter how I move. What matters is
my connection, my feeling for you. No, my connection and
How romantic, Master.
my sense of where your body is. And I get a lot of that from the feedback I get from the tightness of this. Just the pressure, the natural muscle resistance that's in you. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even need to do this if I don't want to. Because I can feel where your lock is. I can feel, I don't even have to do the S lock. I could switch to this one if I want. It's the same lock. I could go to this one. I could put it behind the back and do this. The point being, it doesn't matter what the lock is. What matters is the connection. And the connection starts here.
Okay.
Okay? No matter what it is. There's the connection here. Here. It's how I am establishing from the moment of contact my awareness of where you are and what you're doing. And how your balance is. It goes all the way to your feet. I got to feel your feet the moment you grab. Your thumb here tells me a lot about your feet. Did you know that? This thumb tells me what those toes are doing.
Oh?
Yeah. And how you're rocking. There, now you're forward, now you're back. Now you're a little bit on the inside. See how you're back on your heel now? Look. Mm-hmm. All of that is fed to me by this initial point of contact. So, to tell you the truth, it's not even this and this. I mean, that's one aspect of it. But you're going to constantly adjust to whatever the guy's giving you. Right here, it's going to be on your back here. See? Maybe we can do it to your belly there. Maybe we can do it to that shoulder. See, I just changed the angles a little bit, like a joystick.
Yeah.
And it all works because I'm connected to you. I don't even need both hands. How about the back of your head? How about you name a body part?
I'm scared, but sure. Lower back.
Okay.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Okay, you try.
Hey, this is what I get for living in Washington and not getting to train regularly.
Why'd you pick Washington? Almost. You gave up. What happened? You gave up.
I like the rain.
No, the lock. You almost had it.
I almost had it. But yeah, why would I pick Washington? I like the rain.
Why would you use strength? Don't use strength.
Hulk smash.
I know, but you're not Hulk. There though?
One or two.
Keep adjusting. Good. You see how you had it at the end?
Yeah. There's a very slight difference.
There you go.
I think I'm starting to get it. Maybe.
Yeah, you see that kind of rocking is helping though, because this time I hook behind the knee and I pull hard to make you fall all the way over there. And when you do, I trap your knee, your other ankle immediately between my two legs like this.
Yes, sir.
From here, I'm going to sit up and I'm going to drive my elbow, my right elbow, not to your popliteal fossa, but to the center of your hamstring.
Okay.
It's a point, it's urinary bladder 37. It's a point called Honmun, right? So as I have the same kind of toe hold as I had before, I'm going to sit up and put my elbow into that point, right?
Okay.
Now, the whole point of that is, from here, you're probably going to want to bend your knees and push backward with your hips toward me. But you can't because my elbow in this point prevents that.
Right.
Try it. Right.
Boom. This correct so far?
Well, so far. Good, just avoid me falling on you next time.
And then this goes here. first, and then after that,
Your right elbow is pretty much going to go to my hamstring.
right elbow. Right.
What are you
This
fiddling
hamstring?
with?
So keep that original grip that you had.
Just
and
keep
then
it. It's
just
all set
lift
up for you.
The right elbow and press it on its. So
Feel that?
Yes.
Now sit up. You can't, right?
Nope.
That's all it is, except you use your elbow. Sit up. You feel it?
Yes.
That's all it is. Yes.
Okay.
So maintain it. Let's check if I can do my thing.
Right there.
A little higher, a little higher. More central. More central. Good, a little higher. Okay, so as you maintain that, I can't back up and, yeah. You're supposed to be paying attention to all of that. If you use that exercise that way, it will help your Hapkido.
Okay.
Try again. Feet correct. No, feet should be a foot's width apart. Okay. Breathe with your abdomen. Okay, you're rocking too much on your feet. Stay steady.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you do it that way, you'll pay more attention, and you'll develop the sensitivity that you need to do Hapkido techniques.
Okay.
All the Hapkido techniques are about circles and flowing, and using the whole body as one unit, one piece. You can't use the local body parts for strength. You have to connect the whole body. Okay, now what? See? See, it's just you have to know what's right and just do it. You don't have to try. You just find it and do it.
Puddle.